You don't see this happen every day. Silver just blew away all of the other precious metals. Let's explore! Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. This is a very rare thing, especially to this degree, that we see silver perform, especially as much as it has compared to the other precious metals. Silver is up almost 2% today, whereas the other metals are down fairly dramatically for platinum and palladium, well over 2%, and gold is down just a hair. What is going on here? This is quite a shock and a surprise to see silver do this today. Remarkable. Longer-term borrowing cost rose, and the Federal Reserve is, promising that they're going to raise rates, but at a lesser degree in December. And these longer-term borrowing costs also rose, with a drop in bond prices driving 10-year U.S. Treasury yields up 8 basis points from a 10-week low of 3.5% per annum. It's a mixed report from the jobs numbers. On the surface, it sounds like it's good news, with non-farm U.S. payrolls expanded by 263,000 last month, which is 63,000 more than estimated, and beating analyst forecasts by almost a third. But the participation rate slipped to leave 37.9% of the working age population neither in or looking for work. And that is part of what is adding to the supply chain issues that we are witnessing. Even so, in following a revision to September and October's data, which knocked their combined total down by 23,000, today's Bureau of Labor Statistics estimates put jobs growth in November at the weakest since December of 2020. The gold price in U.S. dollars fell $20 from last year's new 4-month high of $1,804 per ounce, cutting the week's gain to 1.7%. Silver bullion retreated by 2% from the 7-month high of $22.91, and then it surged today. Pretty amazing to see that it surged today from this morning to well past $23 an ounce. Right now, as I record this video, it's sitting at $23.26 an ounce. How much more can this happen? How much longer can this happen this way, when I was predicting that it would kind of pull back like the other metals did, but silver did not. Silver's kicking the other metals' rear end for sure. This is narrowing the gold to silver ratio now to 77.68 to 1. Wow, pretty amazing. And this is something else to see. U.S. dollar weakness confirmed by a Fed slowdown from Powell and follow through physical buying ensured silver outperformed in November. And because you think about it, what is going on with silver? Silver is reacting as a metal that is both an industrial as well as a monetary, or a metal that is utilized for stacking and for saving and hedging. That is the idea of what silver is about, and that's what we're witnessing here. It's pretty remarkable to see, especially when we look at the way silver reacts compared to other commodities out there. Copper, though, is actually down today. So one would think it would follow commodities because of its industrial usage, but that's not the case, at least right now. What does that leave us where the dollar index is? The dollar index is down. And so that is what is pushing silver up, whereas gold is kind of correcting itself there. Now it's just below $1,800 an ounce, gold is. And that is kind of interesting to see. So it's really only silver that is now going up as a precious metal as opposed to an industrial metal, and whereas gold is going down because of an overcorrection, because of how the markets are reacting. And gold, the metal that has been around for quite a long time, this is a gold piece that I actually procured very recently from a local coin shop, as well as this silver bar. But, it's just fascinating to see how gold reacts and silver reacts. And in this case, they're working in opposition of one another. Usually silver follows gold. Some people feel like it's going to not be too long before gold may follow silver. But I think we're quite a ways from that yet. But regardless, today is an unusual and shocking surprise to see silver actually work against gold and the other precious metals in the upwards direction. A day to remember for sure. Now, this is just kind of looking at the markets and talking about kind of how they react and what they do, just for fun. But nonetheless, it very well could correct itself. I still think that silver will probably fall again, but that's just my feelings. We'll see. And this is a little 3-ounce silver bar we got from Agora, and it is a pretty cool little piece. You don't very often see chunky flat back silver bars like this. This is probably considered vintage. Got it as well at my local coin shop recently. Adding to the stack, a little bit of vintage to the stack. You got to enjoy doing that from time to time. But yes, indeed. So there it is. Silver hanging on, reacting to the dollar. The dollar falls and silver is up. And remarkable indeed to see. Could this be the beginning of a new trend? Again, I kind of doubt it. But it is getting closer to my prediction of $29 silver by the end of the year. And with the premiums the way they are, it's probably difficult to find silver for much below that. But that's not where the prediction was. The prediction was for silver to be $29 in the spot price. Still too far off, I think, to actually get there. But at the rate it's going now, if it continues in this trajectory, we will get there before the end of the year. But again, I think that's wishful thinking on my part in wanting to be right. But nonetheless, that's where things are now. And it's very interesting to see. And I didn't expect silver to get this high before the end of the year, a week ago or even three weeks ago. But nonetheless, here we are, and it is. Will silver show some resilience as we march ahead? I don't know. No one has that crystal ball or that ability to make these calls, accurately. We can use technical analysis to kind of see where things are, but I don't think technical analysis didn't see this one coming either. But just amazing to see it on the chart that it is the only number that's green here as we march ahead. What does this tell us? This tells us that silver is volatile, and that's something that I've been saying for quite some time, and just did a video recently predicting what's going to happen in 2023, and that is the volatility of silver. I encourage you all to check that video out. I just posted it recently. And just as the wide array of silver options that you see before you here on this display, so is the wide array of different factors that can come into how silver's price is calculated or how it will move from one day to the next. We know that typically it is indeed the dollar index and the bond yields that have a very strong indicator of silver's price performance from day to day. However, we must also take into account, the demand fundamentals, the supply fundamentals, and we are affected by all of that. And I think a lot of those things could come in and to a head and fight against each other. And I think that's part of what we may be seeing today to some aspect and as well, because what do we know now? We know that the COMEX and the LBMA have very small stockpiles, and that very well could be a reaction to it as a precious metal, seeing that that's occurring and people are buying it up in ETFs. We know they're buying it up in the physical form, such as we see here. And I bought some old silver mined and minted quite a long time ago, but added to the stack really before this big dip, big increase came today. But still, I bought it at a higher price. And so when you do that, that's going to have an effect. That's less silver out in the marketplace. When you have less silver out in the marketplace, typically that means premiums will go up and increase. So there you have it. And we'll just continue to hold on, to press on and stack on as we can within our budgets. That's what it's all about. But remarkable. Part of what I like to do on this channel is to talk about the day-to-day movement of markets from time to time, the fundamentals, and also to talk about just the whole nature of stacking and what it's about, and how it is a good thing to hold, your precious metals and to stack on and to preserve your wealth by stacking. So there you have it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to all of you for taking the time to watch and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.